Before you board your 2026 cruise, security scans every single bag, and this year the list of banned items got longer, stranger, and stricter than anything cruise lines have enforced before. Homemade food gets pulled and thrown out on the spot, certain suitcases get flagged for hidden lithium batteries, and one bathroom item sitting in your toiletry bag right now could get your entire cabin searched before you even reach your room. Every major cruise line quietly updated its packing policy for 2026, and most passengers find out the hard way, standing at the gangway while a security officer holds up their bag in front of a line of strangers. I went through the new 2026 policy updates line by line, and today you are getting all 25 items that could stop your vacation before it starts, plus exactly what to pack instead. Number 25 might already be sitting in your suitcase. Before we get into the list, do one thing for me, hit that subscribe button right now, because Senior Cruise Secrets breaks down the fine print cruise lines bury in 50 pages of terms and conditions, and you deserve to know it before you pack, not after security finds it. Now let us start counting down. Number 25. Homemade or perishable food. That container of homemade banana bread or your favorite deli sandwich from home feels harmless. But in 2026, nearly every major cruise line tightened food screening at the terminal, and homemade or perishable food gets confiscated on site. No exceptions, no arguments. A 63-year-old from Orlando packed a full cooler of homemade meals for her husband's dietary needs, and every container was pulled and discarded at the pier, leaving her scrambling for dining room substitutes on day one. Here is what you do instead. Pack factory-sealed snacks with an unbroken wrapper and a printed ingredient label. And if you have a medical diet, call Special Needs Dining 2 weeks before sailing so the galley prepares it for you. This one change alone saves seniors from arriving on embarkation day with nothing to eat until the main dining room opens. Number 24. Coffee creamer bottles. Small refillable creamer bottles look completely innocent, but screeners cannot tell liquid coffee creamer from a concealed liquid at a glance. And in 2026, unlabeled liquid containers over the standard limit get pulled for manual inspection every time, which can add 30 minutes or more to your boarding wait. A 68-year-old from Tampa lost her favorite oat milk creamer bottle to confiscation because it had no visible label. Bring individual creamer packets instead, or a factory-sealed bottle with the label intact, and you will walk through screening without a second look, saving yourself the frustration of an unnecessary delay right when you are eager to board. Number 23. Curtains and DIY cabin dividers. Bringing your own curtain or tension rod to split a cabin for privacy sounds clever, but fire safety inspectors treat any added fabric near a doorway or vent as a fire hazard, and cruise lines confiscate homemade dividers during the mandatory cabin safety sweep. A family from Cincinnati had their tension rod divider removed on the first night after the steward flagged it during inspection. If you need privacy, request a portable room divider through guest services, since several ships now stock approved versions for exactly this reason, and asking ahead of time means it is waiting in your cabin before you even unpack. Number 22. Flags and balcony banners. Hanging a flag or a happy anniversary banner off your balcony railing feels festive, but in 2026, cruise lines classify anything hanging over the side of the ship as a potential overboard hazard and a fire code violation, and crew members remove them immediately, sometimes before you even notice. A couple from Naples had their banner cut down within an hour of hanging it, with no refund for the decoration. Decorate the inside of your cabin door instead, where the same festive spirit is allowed and actually encouraged. And if you want the whole hallway to know it is a special trip, ask your steward about ship-approved celebration signs instead. Number 21. Single-use plastics. Plastic straws, disposable plastic cutlery, and single-use plastic bags are now restricted on most major fleets as part of updated environmental policy, and bringing a full pack from home often gets it pulled at security or confiscated by your steward once spotted in the cabin. A 71-year-old from Sarasota had an entire box of plastic straws taken at the terminal. Pack a reusable metal straw and a collapsible container instead, both of which sail through screening without any issue, and most ships now sell a reusable version at the gift shop if you happen to forget yours at home. Number 20. Oversized pool floaties. That giant inflatable flamingo or swan you saw online looks perfect for vacation photos, but most ships now cap floaty size for pool safety, and oversized floaties get denied at the pool deck even if they made it through your luggage. A grandmother from Jacksonville carried a 6-foot inflatable through 3 airports, only to be told at the pool it exceeded the size limit and could not be used. Stick to floaties under 2 feet in any direction, and check your cruise line's exact pool policy before you buy one, since the limit can vary from ship to ship within the same cruise line. Number 19. Walkie-talkies and baby monitors. Walkie-talkies and baby monitors both broadcast on radio frequencies that can interfere with the ship's own communication and navigation systems, and in 2026, several lines began confiscating personal radio devices at security for this exact reason. A family from Charleston lost a set of walkie-talkies meant to help grandparents track grandchildren around the ship. Use the cruise line's own smartphone app instead, since nearly every ship now offers free onboard messaging that works better than a walkie-talkie anyway, letting the whole family stay connected without carrying extra devices through security. Number 18. Gaming consoles and HDMI accessories. Bringing a gaming console and extra HDMI cables to keep grandkids entertained sounds practical, but many ships restrict external devices that connect to the in-cabin television, both for liability reasons and because older TV systems are not compatible with modern consoles. A family from Columbus discovered their console simply would not connect, and the steward asked them to store it away for the rest of the cruise. Check your cruise line's electronics policy before packing bulky gaming gear, and bring a tablet loaded with downloaded shows as a lighter backup plan, since the ship's own entertainment channels already cover most of what a grandchild would want anyway. Number 17. Smart luggage with built-in batteries. Smart suitcases with built-in lithium batteries for charging your phone are one of the most confiscated items of 2026, because airlines and now cruise lines both require the battery to be removable, and if it is sealed inside the case, security takes the entire bag. A 65-year-old from Richmond had his brand new smart suitcase confiscated at the terminal because the battery could not be removed. Before you travel, confirm your smart luggage has a removable battery pack and carry it separately in your carry-on just to be safe, because once the bag is at the terminal, there is no time to fix the problem. Number 16. Wi-Fi routers and Starlink Mini. Bringing your own Wi-Fi router or a personal Starlink Mini to boost your signal might sound smart, but cruise lines ban personal networking equipment because it can interfere with the ship's own communication systems, and in 2026, crew actively scan cabins for unauthorized routers during inspection rounds. A tech-savvy couple from Austin had their Starlink Mini confiscated and held at guest services for the entire cruise. If you need better connectivity, purchase the ship's premium Wi-Fi package instead, which is faster in 2026 than it used to be on most fleets, and skip the extra hardware entirely since it will only get taken away. Number 15. Reef-harming sunscreen. Many Caribbean and Hawaiian ports now enforce local bans on sunscreen containing oxybenzone and octinoxate, chemicals proven to damage coral reefs, and cruise lines confiscate non-compliant sunscreen bottles before shore excursions in these destinations. A 67-year-old from Miami had 3 bottles of her favorite sunscreen taken before a reef excursion because the label showed a banned ingredient. Buy reef-safe mineral sunscreen labeled non-nano zinc oxide before you sail, and you will avoid losing your sunscreen right when you need it most, especially since replacement bottles at the port gift shop often cost 3 times what you would pay at home. Number 14. Door decorations, including upside-down pineapples. Cute magnetic door decorations, including the popular upside-down pineapple, are still allowed on most ships, but in 2026, several lines restricted magnetic decorations with small, detachable parts due to choking hazards for young children in hallways, and stewards remove any decoration that violates fire code by covering the cabin number or safety signage. A grandmother from Savannah had her decoration removed because it covered the muster station number on her door. Choose a flat magnetic decoration that leaves your door number and safety information fully visible, and it will stay up the entire cruise. Number 13. Oversized mobility scooters. Standard mobility scooters are always welcome and cruise lines are required to accommodate them. But oversized models built for outdoor terrain often exceed hallway and elevator width limits, and in 2026, several ships began denying boarding to scooters over a specific width without pre-approval. A 74-year-old from Memphis was told at the terminal his outdoor scooter could not fit through his cabin door and had to be stored the entire trip. Contact Special Needs Accessibility at least a month before sailing with your scooter's exact dimensions, and request written pre-approval so this never happens to you, since a 5-minute phone call now can prevent an entire week of being stuck without your mobility equipment. If this list is already changing what is in your suitcase, tap that like button right now. It helps this video reach other travelers before they pack the wrong thing. And subscribe so you catch every update the moment cruise lines change their rules again. These next 12 items get people denied boarding more often than any of the ones we just covered. Number 12. Camouflage clothing. Wearing camouflage patterned clothing is illegal in several Caribbean nations, including Barbados and Jamaica, where civilian camouflage is legally reserved for military use only, and travelers wearing it can be fined or denied entry on shore excursions in 2026. A 62-year-old from Knoxville was stopped at a port checkpoint in Barbados for wearing a camo baseball cap and had to leave it on the ship. Leave any camouflage patterned clothing or accessories at home entirely, since the restriction applies the moment you step off the ship, not just at the terminal, and local police in these ports do enforce it strictly, even for tourists who had no idea the law existed. Number 11. Selling or fundraising on board. Setting up a small table to sell crafts, raise money for a cause, or promote a personal business is against nearly every cruise line's conduct policy, and crew members shut it down immediately once spotted, sometimes escorting the passenger back to their cabin. A retired couple from Boise tried to sell handmade jewelry from their cabin balcony and were given a formal warning by security. If you want to share a cause you care about, ask guest services about approved onboard events instead, since some ships do allow charity raffles with prior written permission, and going through the proper channel avoids any awkward confrontation with security. Number 10. Live streaming in public areas. Filming a quick video for social media is fine, but continuous live streaming in public areas like the pool deck or dining room violates the privacy of other guests. And in 2026, most major lines added explicit no live streaming rules to their conduct policy, with crew asking violators to stop on the spot. A content creator from Denver was asked to end her live stream twice during one cruise before being warned formally. Record short clips and post them later instead of streaming live, and you will avoid any awkward conversation with the crew while still capturing every moment you actually want to remember. Number 9. Bluetooth speakers and white noise machines. A personal Bluetooth speaker or a white noise machine for better sleep both feel harmless, but cabin walls are thin, and cruise lines now enforce a strict quiet hours policy where any audible device playing without headphones in a shared hallway area, including balconies, can trigger a noise complaint and a visit from security. A 69-year-old from Fort Worth had her white noise machine confiscated after a neighboring cabin complained it was audible through the wall all night. Use headphones or a white noise phone app instead, and you get the same sleep benefit without the risk, which matters even more on a ship where cabin walls carry sound farther than most people expect. Number 8. Candles, incense, and open flames. Candles, incense sticks, and anything with an open flame are permanently banned on every cruise ship, no exceptions, because a single open flame in a cabin full of flammable fabric and oxygen-rich air conditioning is one of the highest fire risks at sea, and stewards confiscate these items the moment they are found during the daily cabin service. A 66-year-old from Tulsa had a scented candle confiscated within hours of boarding despite it never being lit. Bring a flameless battery-powered candle instead, which gives the same ambiance without triggering a smoke detector or a confiscation, and it works just as well for a birthday cake moment or a quiet evening on the balcony. Number 7. Power strips and extension cords. Standard power strips without surge protection are one of the most commonly confiscated items in 2026 because older non-surge protected strips have caused actual fires on ships in the past, and security now checks every strip at the terminal scanner before it reaches your cabin. A 70-year-old from Little Rock had 2 ordinary power strips confiscated because neither had surge protection listed on the label. Buy a cruise line-approved surge-protected power strip with no additional outlets built into the plug head, and keep the box or receipt showing the surge protection certification just in case, since some security lines ask to see proof before letting it through. Number 6. Smoking and vaping on balconies. Smoking and vaping on private balconies is banned fleet-wide in 2026, a major change from just a few years ago because balcony smoking has caused several serious onboard fires when ash or a dropped device landed on furniture below. A 73-year-old from Louisville received a written warning and a cleaning fee after vaping on his balcony, unaware the rule had changed since his last cruise. Use the ship's designated outdoor smoking area instead, which every major line still provides, just no longer on private balconies, and arriving there with your key card ready keeps the whole process quick. Number 5. Drones. Flying a drone anywhere on or around a cruise ship is completely banned, both because it interferes with ship navigation systems and because it violates strict maritime and port authority airspace rules, and drones are confiscated the moment they are discovered in luggage, sometimes held until the end of the cruise or destroyed if not claimed. A 64-year-old from Nashville had his drone confiscated at security and never got it back due to a paperwork mix-up. Leave drones at home entirely, and if you want aerial-style photos, several ports now offer licensed local drone photographers you can hire for the day, which saves you the confiscation risk and still gets you the shot. Number 4. Weapons and self-defense gear. Firearms, knives beyond a small pocket blade, pepper spray, stun guns, and any other self-defense weapon are strictly banned, and getting caught with one can lead to confiscation, denied boarding, and, in some cases, a report to local port authorities depending on the country. A 68-year-old from Wichita had a small can of pepper spray confiscated at the terminal scanner despite carrying it for years without issue. Pack a personal safety whistle or a loud alarm keychain instead, both of which are allowed and still give you peace of mind without violating any policy, and most ships even sell these in the gift shop if you forget to pack one. Number 3. CBD and cannabis products. CBD oil, gummies, and any product containing THC are banned on cruise ships regardless of whether they are legal in your home state, because ships travel through international waters and foreign ports where possession laws vary wildly, and getting caught can mean confiscation or even detention at certain ports. A 67-year-old from Des Moines had her CBD sleep gummies confiscated and was questioned for 20 minutes at the terminal. If you rely on CBD for sleep or pain, talk to your doctor about a non-cannabis alternative before you sail, since the risk simply is not worth it internationally, and even a small amount found in a foreign port can turn a vacation into a legal nightmare. Number 2. Hard liquor and hidden alcohol. Bringing hard liquor on board or trying to sneak wine and spirits past security in shampoo bottles or hollowed-out books remains one of the most aggressively enforced rules in 2026, with most lines now using advanced scanning that detects liquid density differences instantly. A 65-year-old from Reno had 4 disguised liquor bottles confiscated at the scanner and received a formal warning letter for the rest of the cruise. Most lines allow 1 bottle of wine per adult in checked luggage, so check your specific cruise line's exact alcohol policy before packing anything stronger, and buy cocktails on board instead of risking confiscation and embarrassment in front of everyone waiting behind you in line. Number 1. Wheelchairs without an accessible cabin booking. This is the one that catches the most seniors off guard every single year. Bringing a wheelchair without having booked an accessible cabin creates a serious logistical problem because standard cabin doors and bathrooms are too narrow for a wheelchair to physically fit through, and cruise lines cannot simply swap your cabin once you are already at the terminal on embarkation day. A 72-year-old from Albuquerque arrived with her wheelchair only to learn her standard cabin bathroom door was too narrow to enter, forcing her to use a portable commode in the main living space for the entire week. If you or a traveling companion uses a wheelchair, book an accessible cabin at the time of reservation, not after, and confirm the exact door and bathroom dimensions with the cruise line directly, because this single mistake causes more ruined vacations than almost anything else on this list. That is all 25 items that could stop your 2026 cruise before it even starts. And if even one of them was already packed in your suitcase, you just saved yourself a very awkward conversation at the terminal. If this helped you, subscribe to Senior Cruise Secrets so you catch every policy update before you pack. Drop a comment with the item that surprised you the most, and share this with anyone you know who is sailing this year, because a 5-minute video today can save a family member from a ruined embarkation day. Knowing what not to pack is only half the story, because how you pack the items you are allowed to bring can still get you flagged for a secondary search. Watch our next video breaking down the 10 packing mistakes that get travelers pulled aside every single time. It might be the difference between walking straight to your cabin and standing in a side room explaining yourself. See you there!